Hello guys, for those who want to change from DJI to fly FPV, the first barrier that you will face is that the throttle is different. For DJI throttle, it will stay at the center position all the time. It has a spring mechanism. And when you want to change altitude, let's say climbing, you just push the throttle forward and the drone will climb. Once the drone is reaching the desired altitude, you just release the throttle and it will spring back to center, and the drone will stop at the desired altitude and maintain it. And when you want to descend, you just pull the throttle toward yourself and the drone will start descending. Once it's reaching the desired lower altitude, you just release the throttle and it will spring back to the center, and the drone will automatically keep that lowered altitude. Because the throttle of DJI is the throttle that controls altitude. But FPV throttle, it controls the power of the drone. When it at the low end, it is 0% power. When it at the top end, it is 100% power. It's like the gas pedal of your car. For example, if you want to change the speed of your car from 0 kilometers to 50 kilometers, let's say, firstly, you have to step on the gas pedal quite hard in order to gain the speed acceleration. And once the speed is nearly reaching the 50 kilometers, you release the gas pedal a little bit so that the acceleration stops exactly at the 50 kilometers. The same way apply with FPV throttle. If you want to change altitude, let's say climbing first, you increase the throttle to the certain point where the drone can rise, can climb higher, and you stay the throttle at that position. And once the drone is reaching the desired higher altitude, you lower the throttle a little bit so that the drone will stop at the desired altitude, and you may have to adjust some correction. For descent, you lower the throttle a little bit so that the drone losing some lift and is not enough to hover at the present altitude and is descending. Once it's reaching the desired altitude, you just increase the thrust a little bit so that the drone has enough lift to maintain the altitude. At this moment, I just want to add that when you fly DJI drone, you can take your finger off your throttle control stick because it has an altitude control device, and you may have the habit of not controlling your throttle. But for FPV drone, you have to control the throttle all the time because there is no altitude keeping device. And you have to spend some time to practice this skill. And that is the first thing that you need to work on when you change from DJI to FPV drone. And that's all for this topic. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next video. Bye bye.